Hello and welcome everyone to Valence League Division 2 match between Fireflies and OP Nerds. I'm Ketchka and I will be bringing you tonight's series with Metapocalypse.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me. As my co-caster said, this is Fireflies versus OP Nerds, and it is important to remember Fireflies, if they win here, can join Sacramento at the top of the Division 2 league, which will be very exciting for them, put them in good position for playoffs. Let's see if they can bring the damage.
Very true, and you mentioned Fireflies. They are undefeated in series, 2 of them winning 2-0, 2 of them winning 2-1, so very strong record so far, and this team, as you said, will be looking to cement themselves at the top of Division 2.
Yeah, and in contrast to that, OP Nerds, they are 1-1 at 50%. Now, they have won, as we've discussed before, every game that they've turned up to. Their loss was a forfeit, which is very sad, so they'll be looking to make up for that now and gain another victory.
That is also very true. So a lot of, things for these teams to play for. You do want to be coming out with a win, which hopefully will set us up for a very close series. At least that is what I am looking for. But Metapocalypse, when you look at these players, is there anyone in particular that is standing out to you?
There's nothing outlandish here. There's nothing, that we haven't really seen before. The only thing I am looking at here is Monsi of OP Nerds. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize if I'm not. He is such an assassin lover in this mid lane, and I'm not sure if Hainu Jin /DMA is up for that. His mid laners are the typical sort of AP control mages, with the exception of Lucian, which he likes to bring out every now and then. But the likes of Talon, Akali, Aurelia, these are all Monsi's pocket picks, favorite picks. And if he's able to snowball, that could be how OP Nerds take over the game.
It very much could be. But other than that, we are going to see more or less the standard as you would expect. A lot of these players also have fairly wide champion pools, so meta will definitely have some sort of say in that. So in terms of draft, we're probably expecting, fairly standard.
Yeah, looking at what these teams have picked, there's not that much crossover. The only big things I'm seeing that I can see being contested is actually in the top lane. Both Poro Demon and General Jin like the Set, they like the Ornn, they like the Darius and Maokai. All of these really strong picks are able to take over the game. It might be a fight for the top lane. We'll have to see if there's any first picks, any target battles, and what each team is willing to give away to gain later on.
That is actually very true, and I know in Valence League, at least more so than anywhere else that I've casted, top lane often seems to be more important than at first it seems. So, hey, maybe that is where the game will be decided, but we'll see. The teams are getting ready, so hopefully we'll be going into the draft any moment soon.
There we go. And like we said, we are expecting top laners to be a priority here. Like you said, in most games, in most leagues, in most divisions, top lane is an island. That's why I play it. It's why a lot of people play it. You tend to be left to your own devices. But in this division, in Division 2, top lane is actually a priority in a lot of the games that we see. Already we see the Shen ban, which is an interesting one because we don't really have much history on Shen in the top lane. But Akali, that is very much a target at Monsi there. I think Akali is a signature pick for him, and they just do not want to see it.
Yeah, so a lot of going for comfort. Graves is something that I believe Jack the Ripper has practiced a lot recently as well. Shen may be something that, I personally am unaware of as Vladimir. That is another pick that feels to be targeted at Monsi, so mid lane focus maybe from Fireflies here.
Yeah, they do not want Monsi to be on anything that he's happy with. Like you did say, though, his champion pool is quite wide. They're going to struggle to find enough picks, but maybe they might force an early pick for a mid laner. Now, that gives away so much about your composition, but it does mean that your second round of battles can't be targeted at your mid laner, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, Caitlyn is what we are going to wrap up our first phase of bans with. First pick Set, and I like it because you can flex it into multiple positions.
Yeah, that is very true. It can go support, it can go mid, and it can go top lane. I'm probably expecting it to go top lane, but what is so important here is General Jin took it away from Poro Demon. Both of these players absolutely love this champion and are able to take control of the top lane with it. And by General Jin picking it first, it puts Poro Demon on the back foot.
Right. However, the response is a fairly standard, fairly safe pick in the Senna. I would probably expect Draconi to be picking that one up in this game, and maybe Fireflies won a round of their ball lane. It's usually what you see teams on the red side do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. They banned Caitlyn, so we can't get that, but maybe a Jin or an Ashe to pair that up with that Senna. I think that would be quite strong. And a Trundle from Jack the Ripper. Okay, let's see where that goes. Great pick. I think it's very exciting to watch. Exciting for me, you, and everybody watching on the stream. An interesting one.
An interesting one for sure. However, I like that power ball. It shows confidence. I mean, if you pick that on, the blue second and third picks, then it seems that openers are just saying, all right, we are going to be playing around our bot lane. Come at us.
Absolutely, the Xayah Rakan, the lovers duo, not quite as strong as when they first got released, thank the Lord, but still one of the strongest partnerships in the game. Obviously, Rakan gets an increased jump distance, and Xayah, I believe, gets her increased attack speed as well. And of course, they've got the Lovers Recall, which I think is a very interesting mechanic introduced by Riot Games. I hope they don't repeat it. I think it's very unique. But it is interesting, even more balanced targeted. And Molsey, mate, I hope you've got some pocket picks available for you, because that is talent off the board. And you guys banned away Silas. What are you going to bring?
And the champions are starting to shrink. Volibear would be the last one, as still there is that potential of putting set top lane, picking Volibear jungle, or really doing whatever you want with that. Now, though, fourth pick for the side of Fireflies, we are expecting to see mid lane or top lane, or maybe even the flags if you are feeling, brave enough for that.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting a flex here, but what I find interesting is the Narban, which means we get a Wukong. Could be flex, probably isn't going to be flex. I do expect him to be in the top lane, Trundle in the jungle. Jack the Ripper has played this in the past. It's not his most comfortable champion, but, he knows what he's doing on it. He knows the jungle pathing. He knows the ultimate timing. It should be quite strong, but countered by Hecarim, maybe? Are they going to lock it in? Yes, they do. Okay, going with the very typical 4 legs good, 2 legs bad approach. I like it. Fantastic partnership with the bot lane. Leave set to win lane if you can. Camp bot lane. That's how I reckon that this team is going to win.
Yeah, and it's basically engage, to put it shortly, that OP nerds are going for. And the pick for Monsi is what they have to wrap it up with. They have to blind pick something. They go for a blind, and it's one of these picks that can backfire. But now the question is whether DMA can pick something that will punish that LeBlanc.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, LeBlanc has some very strong counters. She can lose lane quite hard, but only if you've got the skill and the know-how to do that. It is down to DMA to bring out, Ahri. That works perfectly fine. Probably a skill matchup in the end. And the interesting thing here is, I feel, that even if Ahri does fall behind, that charm is so strong at getting picks, it probably won't matter. Whereas if LeBlanc falls behind, if Monsi isn't able to control the waves, the lane, to roam, get the kills, LeBlanc is kind of garbage when behind. I hate to say it, but it's not great. And in this composition, she's going to be looking for flanks and picks, and if she can't get the kill, she's kind of useless.
That is very true, and just looking at both of those comps together, it feels like OP Knights definitely fully subscribe to the engage. They're going in, there's no way they're doing anything else. However, from Fireflies, I'm getting sort of mixed feelings, because they can go in, but they also have got some disengage, mostly looking at Tarek and Trundle. So I want to say that the practicalness needs to be on the side of OP Knights, and they need to be the ones finding the advantages in the early game.
Without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest issue with a go in all the time composition is that if you don't win, or you're not winning, or you're behind, you only got the forward momentum. You can't go back. You have no other gear. It is 100% your game to win here. You have to be proactive. I'm expecting Clipto to spend a lot of time in the bot lane. He has to get this Xayah and Rakan ahead and just pray that Set doesn't fall too far behind. Hopefully he won't. They've had a good game with him in the past. And Monsi, you might be left out to the wolves, hoping that you can carry and roam. I am expecting a 4-man tower dive bot lane pre-level 6. Because if Set and Tarek get... sorry, not Set. Sienna? Senna? What's her name? Senna.
Yeah.
Sorry. Senna and Tarek get to level 6. It's going to be a lot harder to chunk them down and kill them.
It for sure is going to be. But yeah, what you said, bot lane will definitely be the focus from the side of OP Nerds. But now maybe taking more of a look at Fireflies. Because what do they have? They have got a pretty nice mix. However, what does their comp actually do? Because I'm sort of struggling to see a unified vision. Let's put it that way.
I think the entire composition is based around surviving the engage. Because once you do that, once you survive the Hecarim and the Rakan engage, like Fireflies, OP Nerds don't really have much else after that. They've got a big burst of damage. Great. Are you dead? What do you mean you're not dead? Oh, damn. That's all we had. And that's what they want to do. Get the Senna to scale up. Get the Tarek to get his heals off. And Trundle, who can also heal quite a bit, if they do not get grievous wounds, if they do not get healing reduction, Senna's just going to heal right through all your damage. And then you've got the Wukong engage, the RE damage. If DMA is able to pop off and hurt people, I can see him carrying the game here.
That is true, and you mentioned that this comp is all about surviving. This is why I actually think this bot lane is going to be probably the swing lane for the matchup. Senna, Tarek, both of them just insane in providing teamfight sustainability. You might have some worries, I guess, in the comp about the consistent DPS, but what you mentioned, DMA on that Ahri, if he manages to get ahead, he's going to be able to fare just right. And so my eyes really have to be that Tarek, Senna, yeah, they have to go down if OP Nerds want to be taking this game comfortably.
Yeah, like that is an excellent point about their consistent damage output. Without the Ahri, without the Wukong, yeah, they might survive the engage, but all that will probably mean is everybody survives the engage. And if everyone lives, it's kind of a waste of a team fight. You can't really do much, really. So I think Fireflies, without a shadow of a doubt, have the late game. I think they're going to dominate past that 20-25 minute mark. 2 or 3 items on all of their champions, they just will become unkillable. Whereas OP Nerds, they want this game over they want this game to be over by that point. If this game goes too long for them, all their damage could just be nullified, and they won't be able to win a team fight, let alone get objectives or dragons or anything like that. Also, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We see Xayah and Rakan have matching skills. So, without a shadow of a doubt, they've already won the bot lane. Senna and Tarek do not have matching skills, and we all know that is the most important thing in League of Legends.
I mean, it obviously is. You know, the other day, I just randomly picked Jhin, have the Dark Cosmic skin. My support has the Dark Cosmic Lux. We win bot lane. That's just how it works.
GG.
You can't deny it. I'm not a Jhin player, and I won lane, so...
I do like Jhin, I gotta admit. I'm sad not to see a Jhin in this game. I think his entire kit, his lore is fantastic. Jhin is one of my favorite AD carries to support as a support mate. I just find it rather interesting. But he is not in this game, I'm afraid. And that is a beautiful Elderwood Army skill, actually. I've not seen that one too much. That's very nice.
It is very nice indeed, and who is the only one without the skin? It is General Jhin, as far as I can see. Oh no, actually, sorry, Draconi also doesn't have it on Senna. So 2 people without skins. It's 1 per team, so it's balanced.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fine. The balance of the skills has worked. I'm looking at runes here, and I'm not really seeing anything out of the ordinary. Electrocute on Ahri? Yeah, okay. That's a bit more damage. It makes more sense on the blank, but I'm not sure what else you would take on Ahri. But it does show that DMA is looking to cause damage. He's not looking to play safe. He's looking to kill this LeBlanc and kill her quite often.
Yeah, which now sort of double stakes in the mid lane, because only one of these people can get ahead, and if the other one falls behind, especially now also DMA on that Ahri with the offensive choice of the rune, you're going to be in a very similar situation to the LeBlanc where you just can't do a lot. So I want to say maybe some jungle focus in the mid lane, but both of them are going to be pretty difficult to gank, so a lot of questions for these teams to answer as we will be slowly but surely moving into the game.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think if LeBlanc doesn't kill DMA pre-6, you're probably going to struggle a bit too hard to kill the Ari. Her ultimate obviously provides 3 escapes, and it is so good from a utility perspective that I think LeBlanc is really going to struggle to do anything after level 6, except for push the wave in and roam to bot lane. But that is kind of what I'm expecting around the level 4, level 5 minute mark. Certainly pre-10 minute, level 4, pre-10 minute mark. I am expecting everyone to turn up bot lane. Senna and Taric will probably die, and that's where they'll snowball the game from.
Well, that's the dream scenario for OP Nerds. We'll see how they will be able to translate this. The game's taking its time. We're still loading in. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We will be getting in some Quality of Summoner's Rift action any moment now.
While we wait for this game to very slowly lead, let's talk to chat a bit. There's a lot of Fireflies fans here. I'm not saying any OP Nerds fans, guys. Come on, scream and shout. There is plenty of you in chat. I know it. I want to see you all supporting your team. Tell us who is going to win. Do remember, both of these teams are undefeated. There we go. Undefeated in every game or game series that they have played. So tell me, who do you think is going to remain undefeated, or who do you think is going to receive their first loss?
And we're straight into a pause, which means more waiting, but at least, we see the champions now. I guess that is an improvement as someone, and to be more specific, Monsi is still loading in, so we'll give him a few more minutes. He has time.
Now, I want to talk about what I expect to see in this level 1. And I won't lie to you, it's not a lot. Because neither team really bringing that much CC. I don't expect a Jungle Invade. If I do see a Jungle Invade, I've got to give it over to OPN. Because I think the Rakan and Xayah duo will bring so much more to an Invade. And the LeBlanc damage and the Hecarim damage. They've just got more damage overall, in my opinion. So that's where I'm expecting the level 1 Invade to come from. If there is one. And I do not expect one, to be honest.
Very unlikely. However, something that I just now noticed that is a bit out of the ordinary, at least for me, is the choice from Makudi to go for the Aftershock on Taric. I mean, it is viable. You do stun people. However, I think Guardian is probably the one you want more if you're going for full protection Taric.
Yeah, most people do go Guardian on Taric. You're absolutely right. I think the Aftershock is to help survive that initial engage even further. Obviously, you get quite tanky, especially in the early game. I think that's where he's sort of playing it for. Kind of a surprise not to go the other route. You're absolutely right. We'll have to see if it pays off. This sort of means to me that the Senna Taric bot lane aren't actually looking to play it safe. This is, in my eyes, one of, at the 2, the aggressive summoner rune. He's looking to get the stun off, survive the engage, and maybe get a kill or, at least a decent amount of damage. But against a Rakan and Xayah, you're going to struggle, buddy. Best of luck to you, by all means. I hope you do well. I hope you win, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see indeed, as I believe there was a reconnect a few seconds ago, which means the pause should be lifted as well in a couple of seconds. And yeah, the bot lane will definitely be now even more of a focus that we have pointed out the Aftershock on Taric. We'll see how it fares, whether it is or is not a better choice than Guardian. Well, that just remains to be seen.
Yeah, something else I'm going to bring to the viewer's attention is both mid laners taking Ignite. Sometimes you'll see one or both of your mid laners going teleport to, roam more, have more impact on the map, being more cautious about losing lane. I would expect LeBlanc to take the teleport more than Ari because of the way she works as a champion. But no one's taking teleport today. Everyone has Ignite. And that will mean a very aggressive mid lane. I'm expecting a lot of kills here, or at the very least, a lot of attempts at each other's lives.
All right, and we are loading in to see a 5-point start from both the teams. As you have said, there isn't really any reason for either of those squads to invade. We might see some vision invade later on. They are fairly common, and it is pretty nice to be able to track both Trundle and Hecarim, as they can gank fairly early on and, make an unwanted impact in those lanes.
And immediately you see on the screen Set doing his sit-ups. He is ready for the fight, and you're absolutely right. Bit of damage? No. Did place the ward. Nice deep ward there. What is happening here?
So,
the aftershock is procced.
Yeah, Naguni just walks up, wards the red buff over the wall, which, actually, it does seem like Fireflies have got the ward on both the buffs, so they will know where Clipto is starting with 100% accuracy, but he's starting on the red buff, so that will be revealed to them.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the other side, OPN only managed to get a ward onto that buff near the Raptors. Now, that will mean that Jack the Ripper will be seen at about the 2-minute 30 mark when he's going through there. So I should expect General Jin to play it safe after that for at least a little bit. So no real big issue not getting the second ward down, but it might mean Jack the Ripper has a small advantage. We'll have to see his tracking and where he ends up.
We'll have to see indeed. However, if OP Nerds won't see Jack the Ripper at all, you can probably assume he's full clearing bot lane, as early aggression coming in from Naur and Dormin onto Draconi. Having that is a Senate Tarek lane. They will just heal it all back up. Hold on, because in the top lane, Poro Demon is taking quite the beating early on.
Yeah, and they have to really watch this set. I mean, as we discussed in the draft, Poro Demon also knows how to play set. He should, in theory, then know how to play against it, know its strengths, its weaknesses, how to play around a lot of the cooldowns. But so far, it just looks like he wants to headbutt the fists, and that is a bad strategy against the step.
For sure it is. However, General Jin moving in very deep into the jungle is going to spot that the red buff is gone, because Jack the Ripper is now invading Clipto. That is very interesting movement in the jungle. We'll see if he actually gets out, because you can see General Jin, he's starting to collapse. Jack the Ripper is flashing over the wall. Monsi jumping in with the distortion. Nice pillar there. However, DMA now potentially cut out. Doesn't have any mana. Here comes Poro Demon. Everyone is low. First blood is going to be picked up by Clipto, and shortly then a return kill picked up by Jack the Ripper, but it's the double kill for Clipto, and Poro Demon is getting low. Triple kill for Clipto at 3 minutes into the game. Opener is doing fantastic stuff.
Mother of Odin, what a start to this game. A triple kill on your Hecarim is something out of this world for OPN. They will be absolutely loving this. Already a 300 gold bounty on that horse's head. And what happened there? So many summoning spells used. I think the only one that was left up was teleport from each top laners. Hainu, Jin, aka DMA, and Monty, both using Flash, both using Ignite. Neither one of them having mana when they entered that fight. And Ari was just standing there throwing little, auto attacks. She had nothing to bring to that fight. It was a great pillar by Jack the Ripper. I do not want to take that away from him. They should have got away clean, but they unfortunately took the fight, and it was not a fight they should have took, and they paid the price.
They did. They paid the full price. Well, now we'll see what OP Nerds can do with this lead. Clipto 3 kills is absolutely nothing to scoff at. He is just clearing his jungle. You should expect the recall to come in fairly soon, as that is a really good trade from DMA onto Monsi in the mid lane. But back to the point, a Hecarim that's ahead is a very dangerous Hecarim, and I'm just looking forward to see what OP Nerds can do with it.
Without a shadow of a doubt, and I've always found Hecarim to be such a strong juggler. Mainly because he doesn't gank you. He just arrives on your face. By the time you see that horse running full pelt at you, it's probably already too late. Quite frankly, he's probably already going to swing his little staff, snap your head back, and murder you in your lane before you even realize that somebody's anywhere near you.
For sure, as the dragon seems to now be the target. Openers as a 3 are going to force Jack the Ripper out. The first Drake is Cloud, so not really the biggest focus, but if you do find yourself a lady, it is often a good strategy to pick up the Drakes as early as possible to enable that soul win condition potential.
Yeah, and it's important to notice Hecarim is only now recalling. Up until that point, technically, Jack the Ripper had the advantage because he died and brought some items. But now we see Klypto returning. He has brought a Sheen and a Phage straight out the gates.
At under 6 minutes as well, that Hecarim is going to hurt. I don't really know how else to put it. Let's see if General Jin can get something done in the top lane. He does have level 6. Against level 5 and 4 of Poro Demon and Jack the Ripper, I guess he just flips the Trundle and is walking out as if nothing has ever happened.
Yeah, pretty simple escape there. Jack the Ripper, although that pillar was great, being props to your pillar tonight, matey. That pillar was great. Wait until the set uses his escape, because, okay, you slowed him, but then he's ulted you with already a big fight happening in the bot lane.
Draconi flashed still is going to get knocked up as General Jin diving Poro Demon and walking away from the turret, barely even taking any damage. In the meantime, Klypto is starting the dragon and OP Nerds are just winning all across the map.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you saw a professional wrestler beat up a monkey in the top lane? That was just brutal. Poro Demon there was nothing he could do there. He just had to wait for the screen to go black and white. And that was a free Drake for the side of OPN. Like you said, everything going in their favor, and every lane winning now, except, there is an exception. Monty is behind by about 14 CS and has died. Well, they both died. He does have 2 assists. I think the gold is about 200 down for the side of OPN. But quite frankly, when your Hecarim is this strong, it probably doesn't matter.
It probably does not, however, it does have to be said that DMA currently winning that mid lane. We'll see if he can keep it up, because it is especially difficult when you are the only winning lane in the game. Suddenly you will become the target. And of course, Ari, you do have the ultimate to get out. But if Klypto just decides to babysit mid lane, I don't think DMA has that many options.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how fast the fox is, the horse will outrun you every day of the week. You can use your dashes to go halfway across the map. That horse can run so goddamn fast. Seriously, stop running at me. It looks like he might go for the solo queue.
Yeah, DMA is diving the turret, currently sitting outside of the aggro range, low on mana as well, so we'll just sort of take the walk of shame outside. However, Monsi is definitely just within 1 Q range. Yeah, that is going to be a gank onto Poro Demon. He tries to pop the Cyclone. Onslaught of Shadows is going to be coming out. Poro Demon gets the second cast of the ultimate. Klypto going in under the turret. He's taking so much damage. He takes the kill, but it's just not worth when the shutdown is now picked up by Poro Demon.
You know what? Poro Demon will take that every night and a Tuesday as well. Like, that was just very well played, actually. The set, using his, I think it's Daybreaker or whatever it's called, combining it with the clone and the real Wukong. Very interesting mechanic there to get that double damage in the pullback. And then Hecarim, just being a bit too big for his boots, was determined to get the kill. Completely underestimated the power and the escapability of Wukong. And he paid the price. And that 1-for-1 right there, definitely worth.
Yeah, it will give a nice injection of gold. The gold league that we haven't really talked about is now about 1,500. Before the play, it was 2,000, so definitely a noticeable effect. However, OP Nerds still firmly in the lead. The overall status quo hasn't changed. However, I really want to see DMA try and do something with that CS that he has in the mid lane, because it's all nice and well, but you gotta actually translate it into a game-winning play. As round 2 in the top lane, this time Poro Demon doesn't have the flash, he doesn't even have the ultimate available. That's going to be Klypto with the 5th kill on that Hecarim.
You know what? Fantastic pathing there to go straight back to top lane, knowing that Poro Demon had nothing to escape this time. And Poro Demon, buddy, you've got to plant a ward or two. Go back by a control ward. Oh, we see the engage.
Yeah, DMA cut out in the mid lane. Ignite is going to be thrown down. Monsi is getting out the shield from the Senna ultimate will save DMA. And both mid laners just worked this one out. Monsi losing both sums and DMA only committing the ignite.
Yeah, Rakan ultimate there as well as a knock-up. Great priority, trying to get the RE down, and a great recognition from Draconi there to pop that ultimate to try and save his mid laner's life. because if this mid laner goes down, that will probably sacrifice the CS lead he's gotten. I'm not sure why you're picking that fight, to be honest with you. Yeah, there you go. That should be why you shouldn't pick that fight. Poro Demon now 1-4-1 at almost 30 CS behind. Over 30 CS behind, my apologies. That is a bad place to be.
Yeah, General Jin taking absolute advantage of his place in the matchup as now DMA going forward with his ultimate. Muncie below 200 health and the orb right in his face. DMA solo kills Muncie in mid lane.
That is so important this early on into the game. 11 minutes in and your hard carry mid laner assassin gets solo killed by DMA. That will draw so much attention to the mid lane. I can already see Clipto heading that way. He's going to try and kill the fox.
That he is going to get charmed in the bot lane. We also have a fight as Naur is going to eat the root from Draconi. None of these fights really seem to be translating into any kills, but as you said, now with DMA getting a kill, we might have a slightly more even game than the beginning has had us believe.
Yeah, hopefully so, because, you know, DMA needs to perhaps put his team on his shoulders this game. Yes, Jack the Ripper also has a kill, as the Poro Demon, but Poro Demon also has 4 deaths, so he's not really in a position to do much. In team fights around the pits, around Baron, around Drake, that Wukong ultimate will come into play, and it doesn't matter how far behind they are, a knock-up is still a knock-up, so it will still be useful. Wukong is useful like that. But if they don't get to the Dragon Pit in time, it don't matter what ultimates you have.
Yeah, and this is a play that I have seen so many times in the Balance League, which is a team with Herald, pops in mid lane, and rotates to the Dragon. That is what OP Nerds are going to be doing. However, it does seem like Fireflies know it is happening as DMA throws in the orb. The Dragon is secured. Knockup is going to be coming through onto Jack the Ripper. He already falls down. Cosmic Radiance from Makudi. Roll by a few seconds, and OP Nerds decide to disengage with the Dragon and a kill.
Yeah, I mean, Clipto 2 levels ahead now against Jack the Ripper. That is a difference of about 100 damage on that smite. It was going to be such a struggle for him to try and steal that one away. And GG, better jungler wins 6-1 on a Hecarim. I don't know what they're going to be able to do against him.
I don't either. He has a Triforce already. Even before that fight, you could see that Makuti, yes, he has the Cosmic Radiance. Yes, it's a really damn impactful ultimate, especially when you are trying to survive the team fights. But what if you just die before that comes down? There isn't much you can do.
Yeah, that channel is so like blatant what you're trying to do. You'll just charge on to the highest priority target. And once the highest priority target is dead, aka the jungler in that case, the Cosmic Radiance doesn't really mean squat. You just wait it out. You wait for your cooldowns to come back up. And that's kind of what this team wants, OPN wants. They want to wait for that fight. You know, get a kill, wait, get a kill, wait. And Hecarim is so good at that. And he is so strong. I don't think anybody could survive. Oh, good.
Yeah, Dorman is going to get stunned up. Still has the Feather Storm. There's no one hitting him right now. Blade Color is going to find the route onto Chu. Has teleported shot. Look at the DMA on the backside. General Jin now finally joins the fray, and Clipto comes in as well. It's a fight on 2 fronts as DMA 1 against 3 is going to get ignited and falls down to Monty. Jack the Ripper meanwhile under the turret. He's healing. He's still alive until Dorman takes him out with his passive. Feather Storm is going to be channeled in. A teleport finally coming through from Poro Demon, but it is almost a lost fight for Fireflies. Can Poro Demon get anything back? No, he cannot. It is a double kill for Clipto as OP Nerds get a clean 4-for-1 fight.
4-for-1, and it was them who got engaged on. Bear in mind at the start of that fight. Oh, it might be a 5-for-1.
Oh yeah, Makudi is running. He's gonna be safe though. He's
he
fine.
flashed. He flashed actually.
Still fine.
Yeah, okay, so a 4, yeah, he's still fine. 4-for-1, and it was them, like I said, that got engaged on. Jack the Ripper initiated that gank. Clipto, I don't think he was actually anywhere near the bot lane, but the horse runs so fast it doesn't really matter. The teleport from General Jin was very, very good there. Okay, he paid for it with his life, but he distracted a lot of the enemy team. Poro Demon had teleport that entire fight. and chose to wait until 2 of his team members died before he even bothered channel it. That is the worst possible case there. Either do it too soon, or just don't do it at all. Once you miss that moment, just give it up. You missed out on CS, you missed out on damage, you paid for it with your life again. And you keep giving kills over to this Hecarim. He's going to carry the game.
He is, and I think he's already in a position where you're really going to have to do some League of Legends gymnastic to stop them. Also, I love that there was a basically full inventory of control words on OP Nerds, as General Jin now placed his own down. He is 3 levels ahead of Jack the Ripper and 2 levels ahead of Poro Demon. I don't think he cares too much about this gang. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's just going to walk away and just smile while he does it there. Yeah, and looking at the levels across the board, you're absolutely right. General Jin...
Dominus alone. Oh, that would be missing.
Oh.
Dazzle misses as well. The movement speed saves Dorman. He's fine, but damn, that was a bit too close.
Yeah, that's interesting to see. The Berserker Screams. Yes, Berserker Screams, sorry. Outrunning the tier 1 boots. And now Hecarim is in the top lane. Good flash by Poro Demon. His flashes have been on point. I will give him that. His warning might pay the price, though. I suspect Wukong will die imminently. No, they're going to have to defend the mid lane instead.
It is a 4-man commit into the mid lane tier 1 from Fireflies. They get the tower, and they don't lose anything for it. Honestly, OP Nerds maybe... Like, this is what 30 seconds of not paying attention costs you. The other team just makes the call and sounds like, wait, we're losing the tower. We're not really getting much for that. However, now they're getting the Herald, so it's fine. There was still objective to play for.
Yeah, and it'll have to be interesting to see if they can move quickly enough, because Drake is up in 20 seconds. Ooh, another good flash. I'm loving the flashes here.
DMA, he has used that Spirit Rush already. Multi, I believe he just dashed back out. He is going to be fine. However, now look at this showstopper, because OP Nerds are collapsing. Cosmic Radiance comes down, buys about 3 more seconds. Clipto goes unstoppable, and Makuti is running the hell out of there on that Taric. It's going to be fine for now, but OP Nerds get 2 kills, and now they should be able to secure this dragon without any problems.
That was so greedy on the side of Fireflies. They committed so much just to forgetting that LeBlanc all the while this Drake was being summoned. If they just turned away after, you know, she got away and got the Drake, it would have been a completely different story. DMA wouldn't have died. They probably would have got the Drake in exchange for the Rift Herald. And Poro Demon the entire time just whacking the top tower as much as he can. But he is not going to win the split push battle. A level behind most of the enemies. Even OPN Domain, who we haven't talked about at all this game, is pretty much even level with the Wukong.
He is indeed, and well, now it is 18 minutes. We are well and truly in the mid game, and when you look at the items, it sort of isn't even close, at least in the jungle and in the top lane. I see the AD carry, you know, of course Senna going for slightly cheaper items, so Draconi able to keep up. But in terms of the damage output, Fireflies are falling behind. And you said that they are a team that scales, but they're going to need quite a lot of scaling in order to catch up.
Yeah, they're going to have to like postpone the game for much longer than I think they planned for. And if there's one counter to a scaling team composition, it's 3 Drakes. And that is exactly what OPN has at the moment. To put this all in perspective for those at home, Clipto is almost 4,000 gold ahead of Jack the Ripper. That is a Triforce and 2 daggers worth of items, which actually, Triforce is exactly what he's built. Triforce being the most expensive item in the game, he's basically got that item ahead of the Trundle right now. And you can see in his scoreline what that means. 9, 1, and 2. Something like a 90% kill participation in this map. That's insane right now. Where are these jugglers in my solo queue games?
I don't know, I mean, Klepto's just busy scrimming or something, but he has had one hell of a showing this game. That cannot be denied. 9, 1, and 2 on that Hecarim looking nigh unstoppable with this Sterax gauge. It's also going to be basically impossible to burst through his health bar. And I feel like for Fireflies, the options are starting to run low. Scramble in the top bot lane between the top laners. Poro Demon just takes a massive chunk of damage from the Haymaker, and it's just back to farming.
Yeah, without a doubt. And let's just all be real here. Any champion who doesn't have a mana source of any form is kind of busted, in my opinion. But that's just me. At least, Zed and Shen have energy to spend. Set's just there wailing on people.
I mean, I don't know how about you, but I have not seen a Katarina in competitive in a very long time.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fine. But she's still a bit busted, though. Like, whenever I die to her, she's busted. Whenever I play her, she's underpowered and needs buffs. That's just how it works.
I mean, yeah, you can't argue with facts. However, back to the game, we have Baron on the map, and Opener is actually doing a really good job with vision. Something that is always really nice when you finally spot it on the minimap. That line of control wards in the top side, and also quite a few normal wards scattered around the bot side.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Something I also do want to bring to our attention. We talked pre-draft, or during draft, we were going to focus so much on this bot lane. It was all going to be about the bot lane, and like, domain and like, nothing happened in the bot lane. It's been like the most boring lane. It's basically been the top lane so much this game, and wherever Clipto has been, we called that completely wrong. These teams going for completely different styles of play. But it's working, at least for OPN, it's working.
It for sure is. You also have now Magi's on Monsi, so he's feeling confident that he shouldn't really be dying much more from this point, and you'd hope so. He is very far ahead, or well, his team is very far ahead, therefore he should benefit with that as well. He has a lot of weak targets to pick on, but I want to say that the next fight that will decide the game will probably be around this Ocean Drake spawning in under a minute. That is where Fireflies will have their last realistic shot at asserting control.
Yeah, and they need to take this shot. They cannot throw away their shot here, because if they give away the Elder Soul, not Elder Soul, Dragon Soul at 23-ish minutes into the game, this game is over. And like I said at the start, OPN had to win this by the 25-minute mark, otherwise it was going to get out of control. And that is exactly what they've done. They've been so proactive. They've got all the kills, got all the objectives, 2 Rifts, and now 3 Drakes, potentially 4. This fight is going to make or break Fireflies. And I'll be honest with you, they'll be lucky to get out of this alive.
Open Nerds are just camping in the brushes. They're not really making their presence known. They're waiting for Fireflies to commence the objective. It is an Ocean Soul as well, so if Open Nerds get it, they will just not die. There is absolutely no way that Fireflies will be able to burst any of them without some major mistakes, and the standoff seems to begin. General Jin has got the teleport. There is 1 flanking ward in the blue buff.
Yeah, you can see him in base. He's now leaving it, as I say that. They look like they're just gonna maybe give it away. Oh, and engage! That's brave.
This is the charm, and the Spirit Rush is now going to be on call, and Klepto pops the ghost, and General Jin has now joined the fight. Also, those Shadows is going to be coming, and Cosmic Radiance gets everyone. That's 2.5 seconds of invulnerability. Look at Monsi. He's diving into the backline for the AD carry. Doesn't get a kill. He also exhausted. DMA on a slither of HP is going to be able to get out before Monsi picks him up, and Fireflies, they're putting on a shot. Draconi in the backline. He's still alive. He's still dealing all the damage. The Blade Caller finally shuts him down. It is now 2-on-2, and Dorman picks up the double. He's throwing in the first one after another. There comes the root down onto Mercury and Fireflies. It was a closer fight than I might have expected, but it still is going to end with an ace or 3 in favor of OP Nerds.
That was actually a shockingly amazing ultimate by Mercury here. That ultimate getting all 5 of his allies. That was fantastic. I mean, okay, your team died anyway, but still, props where props deserved. You're absolutely right, Dominico. That Tarek ult, holy mother of God. Fantastically well played there. It was all down to Domain and No War 22 on this Zarath. No, good lord, who was that? Zaya Rakan bot lane. Dormin, I think full health at the end of that fight. I mean, nobody seemed to touch him. I don't know if he just healed it or what. But they're going to kill him because he's now 4-0-8. That is a dangerous ADC.
It's a dangerous AD carry, and you have to believe if only the gold gap was smaller, then maybe Fireflies win that fight, because that was so close. As you said, Mekuti, I can't give him enough props for that Cosmic Radiance, but unfortunately just wasn't enough. It was a bit too short, and Now, OP Nerds with that Ocean Soul, with those extra kills onto Dormin, 2.5 items Zaya, it's getting dangerous. Baron is up, it's going to be their next target, and it will be even more difficult now for Fireflies to contest.
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt, that Dragon Soul might spell the end of Firefly's hopes. It was a great fight, and you're absolutely right. If there was like a 4,000 gold less difference, or if that team fight had happened later into the game where more items were built, they were all higher levels, I think it might have actually gone Firefly's way. And it was all down to that Taric ultimate. Let's not forget that. That was just the one clinching, hoping moment. But I don't think they're going to be able to pull that off again, and I don't think it's going to matter.
Well, if they're going to be able to pull out, that just
Come on,
feels
man.
bad. Clipper takes away the buff. But even if Makudi is going to pull out of, as you said, it seems impossible. That's what I'm going to say. Maybe Fireflies can prove me wrong, but when you look at the damage and you look at the items, it's nowhere close. There's just so much more damage, so much more survivability, built-in items at least on the side of OP Nerds. That you're doing in at least 31 minutes. Is now DMA going in the middle lane, 1 against 3. He just doesn't have any business to do here. Now it takes him down, and not the mistake that you're looking for Fireflies right now, as Makudi doesn't also have a good time. Forced to use the Cosmic Radiance. That should be a Baron call from OP Nerds, because you can just zone Jack the Ripper out.
Yeah, mid lane is dead, and the ever so powerful Taric ultimate down, an easy Baron for OPL here, and if they are as good as they have been appearing in this match, that might be the final kicker, the final nail in the Firefly coffin. And I expect them to end this game, or at least break the base open before this Baron timer runs out.
That is what they will be looking for. Now they have taken the Baron Nashor. Poro Demon just attempting to maybe take that turret in the bot lane. The only thing that Fireflies can now do is scale and hope, and that is what they need to do to their best capability. And we'll see, can they succeed against OP Nerds with an Ocean Soul and a Baron buff? If you ask me, unlikely, but not impossible.
I think unlikely is quite generous here. And can we just point out, DMA, what were you doing in mid lane in that position?
Yeah.
Like, optimistic is the most generous word I could think of to call what godforsaken plan you had there. But you paid the price, and 1 in 5, that kind of pretty much sums up your game, I'm afraid. You have done fantastic on CS. You did get a solo kill onto Monzi early into the game, but it just hasn't been enough. And it's positioning like that, and lack of vision by Fireflies that has been rarely their downfall this game. Okay, giving 3 kills over to the enemy jungler didn't help, but I think even without that, the Fireflies will struggle against the OPN in this game.
Well, Poro Demon has finished the dead stand, so there are some item breakpoints. I guess if you want to look at it optimistically, Poro Demon, he's going in onto Monsi. However, the zones is going to pop Poro Demon and Monsi. Both are very low. The distortion finishes off Poro Demon, and Monsi comes out on top in a surprisingly close duel.
Yeah, it was surprisingly close. You know what? We've been kind of ragging on Poro Demon a lot, sometimes deservedly. There is the base broken open. They're not going for the heal here, but I'm kind of surprised now about maybe they're going to rotate top. They better take it quickly, but okay. But yeah, Poro Demon doing rather well there. Almost outplaying Monzi on this LeBlanc. And I was kind of expecting more from Monzi, I won't lie. When you have an assassin lover like he has been, you expect big flashy plays, but he's been somewhat underwhelming, even though he has been quite strong in this mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really disagree with you, but then on the other side, you have to give him props for not trying to go out of his way to make plays when he doesn't need to in this game. That is also something that is worth noting, especially at, levels of play that aren't super high, like people want to pop off, and once he just, he accepts it. Alright, Klepto, you take this game, I just need to do my job, I don't need to go for 1v5 penta kills or anything as such. However, we're going to see another engage. Klepto is going to be brought to about half of his health, and by taken down by Poro Demon, Draconi in the backline, he's going to be the target. He is burst down already. 2 kills picked up by OP Nerds, and they are looking for more. DMA and Nakudi, the only ones now surviving. Ignite is going to take him down, but the fountain heals faster. It doesn't matter. At 30 minutes, OP Nerds take the game 1. against Fireflies.
Would you believe your eyes if you saw 5 Fireflies die that quickly? I mean, their health bars were just shredded. Okay, you got the kill onto Clipto, well done there, but the rest of the team were actually able to bring the damage. Dormin fantastically played on the Xayah, 5-0-10. Their bot lane didn't die at all. 20 out of 23 kills participated in for the bot lane. That is an astounding statistic. And well played to OPL. You deserve the win. Cannot wait to see you next game.
Yeah, I don't think there's really much more to say. Clipto, he took full advantage of that one early gameplay. It snowballed into a win, and Fireflies, maybe it was just that one level 3 hiccup. Maybe not. It's up to them to figure it out.
And figure out they will have to do, and it will be interesting to see how this game affects the next picks and bans. Do you ban the Hecarim? Clipto was good on it, but he was given 3 kills at the start. Do you ban LeBlanc? Probably not, no. The Xayah Rakan, it's a scary duo in the bot lane. Do you ban that away? We'll have to wait and see.
We will indeed, as we'll now throw it over to the short break, but don't go anywhere because we'll be right back to see if OP Nerds take the series 2-0 or if Fireflies will take us to the game 3. All right, we are back after the game one, which was quite a storm from OP Nerds. Admittedly, though, it was all started on one play. And whether they can do that again without that play, or Fireflies can pull off something different, is still to be seen.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, for those who may have missed it, and boy did you miss a match. The Hecarim got 3 kills super early on and snowballed harder than a Nunu on acid and just completely took over the game. After that, it was pretty much all downhill. However, I do want to discuss, looking back at that game, we discussed how OP Nerds' composition was all go forwards. It was one gear. That gear was, 5th gear, fast as you can. And they played to that, they did. But it was Fireflies that kept engaging the Ari, the Tarek. They kept stepping forwards, and OP Nerds reacted. It worked with their composition because they were so far ahead. We'll have to see how that plays out next time if Fireflies pick up a different composition.
Right, because now it's really the question of, are the comps that we saw in game one something that the teams are just comfortable with and want to repeat? Or is there something else that they can or want to play? I feel like if you are Fireflies, you're more under pressure to change, although you can also just say, right, that was just a mistake we made in the early game. The comp itself was fine. However, when you are OP Nerds, you're just free to stay with whatever comp you picked last time. Because it worked, you know you can pull it off again, and there's no real pressure for you to adapt.
Yeah, it's also a composition that has many interchangeable champions, okay? So maybe you want to ban the Hecarim or the LeBlanc. All right, we'll put a Talon in there or a Graves. Fine, let's do it. The composition style, the go forwards, the team hard engaged style is so popular right now. It's so in the meta, so to speak, that even if you do ban away certain champions, Clipno's probably just going to pick somebody up and play the same sort of style and potentially make it a 2-0.
Yeah, this is really another question. Do you think that it was Clipto? Well, not you personally, but the team. Was it Clipto on Hecarim that carried the game, or was it Clipto himself? Because if it was Clipto himself, then you might want to think about playing around the jungle. If you think it was just the Hecarim, then it's as simple as banning out the champion. But you only have one more shot in the series if you're Fireflies, and there isn't really a way to answer that definitively from what we just saw.
Yeah, they do have one last chance here, and they have to kind of make the right decision, or it could be this series out the window for them. In the first round, in the first pick and ban phase, so much of the banning was focused on Monzi. I think he got 4 target bans directed directly at him. Maybe you should sacrifice some of those bans to aim it at Clipno, because he was running around that map like he ran the place.
Yeah, very true. But then also comes the question of whether Monsi will perform better on any other of those 4 champions. It is sort of, like catch-22 sort of scenario, or whatever number there is after that. Sort of scenario where Fireflies, I think they'd be better off just saying, all right, what do we feel the most comfortable playing with? What counters that the most? Let's just go into this game as if it's the first game of the series and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's every possibility they don't change anything and run the same comp. And the biggest difference that they'll make is not giving Hecarim 3 kills. I think if they don't do that, that would be a good decision, I won't lie. Now let's look at the side of OP Nerds. I mean, we said that they don't need to change anything, but that doesn't mean they won't. What will they ban? Will they want to get rid of Ari, who was a bit of a menace? They'll probably leave Wukong up because they kind of destroyed him. And, we didn't give him much credit, but General Jin on the set dominated that top lane from the get-go. Will we see a set ban here?
Well, so far the bans seem to be exactly the same. Morgana as well.
Yes.
I believe it was the 3rd ban last time. Now it's 2nd, but it's still within the 1st rotation. I'm trying to remember what was the 3rd ban from Fireflies. I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. Oh yeah, it was a talent. So they do get rid of the set. That is the one adaptation that they make in the bans.
I don't really blame them for that. I don't think Poro Demon wants to go up against a set ever again in his life. But they do get first pick here, I believe, on the blue side. So it'd be interesting to see what they first pick. Will it be a top laner again? In which case, I kind of expect to know it's Caitlyn. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's Caitlyn. Yeah. Fair play.
Caitlyn is open, and if it's open, why not pick it? It's also a champion that Draconi is going to be very comfortable with. And what do OP Nerds now answer with? There are answers to Caitlyn for sure. They could just run Xayah Rakan again.
I don't see a problem with this. They're perfectly comfortable on it. They did dominate, like I said. They didn't die at all. And why not? It's a safe pick. It's a strong pick. And it means you're also not giving too much away in terms of your composition. It is now down to Fireflies to see what they can pick. Volibear and Caitlyn on the same team. This is strong, man.
Yeah, the first thing that I'm thinking is when I see this is how do they get both of these champions? They are insanely strong meta champions right now. Caitlyn, arguably one of the strongest AD carries. It will depend a lot on the support, how exactly the bot lane matchup goes, which I assume Fireflies you probably want to be picking up that role right now.
A Taric again. Now, Makuti did do very well on that Taric. No one can forget that Taric ultimate that pretty much almost turned the game. And with Caitlyn, okay, maybe. Not the strongest duo, I won't lie, but with a Volibear, now that is a scary, scary composition. They're going with it strong. They're going with good. And Sejuani is what answers the bear. Bear versus Boar, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a fight for the ages.
I also feel like OP Nerds are taking us back to the beginning of Season 10 / the end of Season 9, because that is a very standard comp that you'd see back then. It is most likely going to be centered around the team fight, so not really surprised to see it being taken away.
Yeah, also, Hecarim was up. They could have drafted the exact same composition.
True.
They chose not to. They chose Sejuani. Maybe they don't feel comfortable with the Hecarim into the Volibear, which fair enough. And still, 3 out of the 4 bans all targeted to Monzi. I hope you weren't planning to play a comfort pick here, Monzi, because they are not letting you. They won't ban the Hecarim here. LeBlanc, they don't want to face off against that.
And I think okay, I wanted to say you probably pick the top lane, but Sylas is going to be pick of choice for OP Nerds. I just have to see, does General Jin play the Sylas in the top lane? Well, if he does, I didn't necessarily catch it, so it could be a flex, technically, from OP Nerds.
Yeah, I mean, it's unlikely. Like you said, we haven't really seen General Jin pick it all that much, whereas Monzi is very, very comfortable on this champion. I think it was actually banned away from him last game, this time Set taking his place. So it means he's free to play at least one of his champions that he enjoys.
Reliel locked in. We'll see whether it goes into top lane or mid lane. I could see DMA pull it off potentially. And with Poppy lock-in, that is exactly what we're going to see. So Fireflies, it does feel like a different comp. It feels like it has 2 different modes. It can either go forwards or backwards, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, without a doubt. This has more variability. What I think maybe it has too big a variability. Bear in mind, Volibear wants to jump in, whereas Poppy kind of wants to pop people out. I'm hoping they get their ultimate synced up pretty well. Otherwise, that could spell disaster, and one of them will be wasted. But Volibear, Caitlyn, so strong right now. Hopefully, they've got the skill to pull it off, because I would love to see a game 3. But, OP Nerds get their signature bot lane, and it's Sylas top. We were wrong.
Yeah, we were indeed. It is going to be General Jin sitting on that Sylas in the top lane, which just makes the Poppy pick even more powerful. And actually, I like the Poppy here a lot, even though it wasn't picked into the Echo, because no matter what matchup you're in, you can counter the engages of both of the solo laners for OP Nerds.
Not even just the solo laners. Look at how much engage and mobility are on the side of OP Nerds, and look how much Poppy can stop. Rakan cannot engage. Echo cannot jump. And I'm not entirely sure if he can ultimate. I could be wrong about that. I don't know how it works. Sejuani cannot engage. Sylas cannot engage. Poppy is a great pick here if she is where she needs to be. Because if she's not going to be as useful as you might think.
Right, and this is something where this is the point where I sort of want to bring us back to the last game and how it might affect this time. Last time, General Jin absolutely demolished Parodemon in the 1v1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Fireflies can allow that to happen. You absolutely do not want that Sylas to get ahead, and Parodemon needs to be able to roam freely.
Yeah, Yeah, without a doubt. And a Poppy behind is probably going to be worse than a Wukong behind because at least Wukong has the knock up. Okay, so Poppy has a ultimate, so you can disengage, but what you rarely want is a tanky Poppy that can just attack that backline and survive and get out scot free. And like you said, roam around with this Volibear because if they gank this mid lane, Echo does not stand a chance. There's just too much damage and too much, follow up from that engage to take the Echo down. And I can see Monzi perhaps being targeted quite a bit here by both Jack the Ripper and Porodin.
Potentially. I feel like after the last game, Monsi didn't really have that much of a showing. However, now DMA playing Aurelia, another very high tempo champion, or well, not tempo, like, if you snowball, you're going to be carrying sort of champion. So there is definitely incentive for Fireflies to focus around that. And I feel like what's very interesting in this game is that every lane matters. If you are Fireflies, maybe you don't necessarily want Poro Demon to be super fed. But apart from that, there is a reason to watch out for every single one of those matchups because there are potential carries hidden literally everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, look at the last game, like you mentioned. If any of these champions get 3 kills early on, Caitlyn, that's probably a good chunk of her first item. Aurelia, again, can completely take over a game. Her mobility is off the charts if used well. And you know what? Pray for the man who has to face a 3-0 Volibear at the 5-minute mark because he will tear down anything that stands in his way. This man scares me. Or this bear, sorry, scares me. Hopefully Jack the Ripper can maybe make an appearance, do a lot better than he did on the Trundle last game. And if he's able to do that, I don't think there's a boar in the world that can stop him.
Probably not. And there is something that I now have just realized, something that I wonder whether it will be, of importance in this specific game. Because it seems that, at least for openers, that looks very much like a 1-3-1 composition. And also Fireflies have got the Aurelia, which you will want to put in a side lane.
Mm-hmm.
So what I am thinking is that this game could also very well be decided by just one of those solo laners becoming super far ahead and winning through split push. Because team fighting, yes, there is some, but that definitely isn't the, let's say, main option that these teams will be playing the game.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you don't really want Aurelia to be there in that Drake or Baron pit. What you want her to do is be in a side lane, split push, and hopefully win any 1v1 that you put against her. What would be interesting is if one solo laner from OP Nerds won and a different solo laner won on the side of Fireflies, because then you've got the 2 strongest or the 2 weakest, depending on what you want to do, facing off against each other. And that could be exciting to see.
Could very well. We are in the loading screen and the DMA running the Ignite again on the Aurelia.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Everyone's got skins as well, by the way. I just want to point that out. So everyone wins in this game. Let's have a look at Ruins a little bit. Aftershock. Oh no, Glasswithian dying on Poppy. All right, I'd have taken Aftershock. Aftershock on Volibears. Not sure that's what you usually take on Volibear. I could be wrong. But sure. Conqueror, fine. Fleet footwork, and then Aftershock again on Tarek. He seems to be sticking with this Ruin, sorry, not Ruin. No matter what we say about it. Maybe we just don't know. Maybe we are in the wrong here. Meanwhile, on the other side, you've got Grasp. No, you don't. What do you have on the other side? Aftershock on the Echo. That seems to make a lot more sense. And Conqueror on the Silas. I'll be honest with you, I don't play against or as Silas all that much, so I don't actually know what Ruin you take on him is Conqueror, right? Mm-hmm.
All right, we are back, and Yeah, we could just go back talking to the runes. Monty is running the Electrocute, Silas running the Conqueror. I remember that you said that, you weren't really a big Silas player. I think it's a pretty standard rune. He's still a melee champion. You still want to heal a lot, so you just pick Conqueror.
Yeah, fair enough. Silas's heal is one of the things that I do think is the most OP thing about him. Once again, we're going to have to see if anybody gets Grievous Wounds. I can imagine Jack the Ripper maybe getting it, as well as High Noon Jin, especially DMA, sorry, my apologies. Especially if you want to see that Irelia in the side lane. It's all about the solo laners this game. We're going to call it for solo laners. Last game we called it for the bot lane, and nobody went there. Let's see if we get it right this time. Let's see what happens.
General Jin walking into the jungle, and DMA is going to be right there. Flash burn early on. That is a small advantage now for the side of Fireflies. We'll see whether Jack the Ripper will capitalize on it or not. Nice ward draw there from Naur. Now OPN will know for sure that Jack the Ripper starts on the red.
Yeah, and with that flash down, all Poor Dream has to do is let General Jin push. Make sure that he is out of position for when Jack the Ripper gets to top lane, which will be about the 2-minute 45 mark. If they get a gank, if they're able to snowball either Volibear or Poppy, like we've said, man, General Jin could be counted out. And this could be the end of, this could be the start of something amazing. Or we could see a level 2 gank by Sejuani.
We could indeed. That is going to be an immediate flash from DMA. Permafrost is coming through as well, and first blood picked up by Clipto. OP Nerds proactive moves in the early game. Something we haven't, said we were expecting, but it's good to see.
Yeah, and also it's just pointed out to me, they've got 2-3 melee champions all able to proc the Sejuani passive. That will crit up the stun so quickly. And 2 of them, or all 3 of them actually, Echo and Silas, have those gap closers, which means a lot of the time they're going to proc that passive quite easily. That's a free stun for wherever Sejuani turns up. Great gank as well, saving her engage for after DMA had flashed. Get the flash down, get the kill, first blood onto the jungler again.
That's a bit of a scramble in the bot lane, not going to result in anyone dying. Dorman loses quite a bit of his health, however, hopefully we'll be able to fare just fine on that side.
It's also worth noting, we talked about it a little bit last game, but Monty going on that TP this time, not picking up the Ignite. This is a great fight in top lane. Oh, hi dude, what are you doing? DMA, whatever. Your name.
Yeah, well, there's just fighting everywhere as General Jin is low. You can see Jack the Ripper, he's looping around. Great stun from Poro Demon into the wall as he secures the kill. And oh boy, this game, it's starting up hot.
Yeah, without a
I don't think, no, we're not done. Monsi is just falling down to DMA as Clipto going for a round 2 gank in the mid lane as DMA, he's surely just going to go down. Oh wait, Blade Surge, he's going out. However, Clipto flashes in for the kill. 2-4-2 across the map, and we're getting action non-stop.
Yeah, less than 4 minutes into the game, and once again, action everywhere. These teams are bloodthirsty and looking for kills. Great proactive play by Crypto there to be exactly where he needed to be. 2-0 now. Stop giving this juggler kills. Okay, we saw what happened last game. Okay, he's not going to run as fast, but he's still going to be quite scary. Meanwhile, on the other side, we did see Poro Demon and DMA, my apologies once again. Oh!
I don't think you get to talk this game. Monsi is going to be the target of a gang. Slips out and away. Naur manages to find the knockup with the Grand Entrance. That's the Permafrost on Jack the Ripper, and Dorman walks up from bot lane to secure the kill. OP Nerds just playing around this mid lane. I don't know, DMA might be carrying a magnet or something as Monty just slaps him down. Okay, I did not see that solo kill coming, but it happens anyways.
Yeah, so DMA wanted to go in and try and, chunk down that Echo. Echo turned around and smacked her in the face. Then she died. That was pretty much all that happened there. I'm starting to feel bad for DMA. He's now 1-3. Like you said, people just gravitated towards that mid lane. Even the bot side of OPN turned up. Fantastic rotation there. And it's all down to this Clipto. He's 2-0-1. He's where he needs to be at every single point of the game. And Jack the Ripper, mate, your ganks are good, but they're just not getting anything.
OP Nerds rotating, and as you mentioned, they're where they need to be. And so far, that gives them about a 1,000 gold lead at 6 minutes. The kills nicely spread out. However, even more fighting in the top lane. General Jin, he doesn't really have any mana. Still seems to have enough. The chains lash out. Ooh. The Hammer Shock nearly takes down General Jin. Both top laners playing on the Razor's Edge. And here comes Jack the Ripper. The Volibear police has arrived. And that's going to be the kill. Picked up with the jungler of Fireflies. Are we down bot lane? You're good? Yeah, cool, you're good.
Roles reversed here. All the kills happening in top lane. Bot lane is the island where nobody is dying. Two very strong healing supports here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to take a jungler gank or a massive misplay for anybody to die in the bot lane. Especially with Dolmen now having blue buff, she's just going to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. And Taric and Caitlyn can push farm from a safe distance. Lots of fights happening in the mid lane.
This time, though, Monsi does have access to Chrono Break, so I would assume that unless, yeah, she's going to pop that, and it's a 1-for-1. They just kill each other at the same time. I mean, am I even surprised at this point?
Both of them out for blood. Both of them with 2 kills. And that means pretty much nobody can make a play around Drake because nobody got the advantage in mid lane. The jugglers show up just fractions of a second too late. And yeah, so much happening. But interesting to see both ultimates used. And Chrono Break, in my opinion, is a bigger ultimate for Echo than Aurelia's is. Quite frankly, I don't even know the name of Aurelia's ultimate.
It is Vanguard's Edge, and yeah, I agree. Chrono Break, a very important cooldown. However, no more fighting happening on top side. General Jin dashing into Poro Demon, but that Poppy doesn't really seem to care too much about the damage. The Grasp of the Undying is so good in those trades, just giving you your health back.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just trading off now. Both of them have that ultimate, but Silas kind of has
an ultimate. Poro Demon, can he get the kill? No, General Jin hijacks that. Keeper's Verdict then. Make sure Poro Demon can't lay his hands on him.
It's going to be quite interesting to see who Silas prioritizes in terms of stealing the ultimate. In lane, obviously, you pretty much only have one choice, and it did save his life there. But what about team fights? I mean, Aurelia's ultimate got to be kind of useless on the Jin. He's not able to proc the reset on the dash like Aurelia is. Poppy's ultimate, pretty strong in certain situations, but very situational. Another kill not happening in the bot lane. Thank you very much. Do you steal Volibear's ultimate? That's going to be quite strong, especially if it turns Tower Aggro off, which I believe it does. My bet and my choice would be to steal that Taric ultimate. Can you imagine this entire team having invulnerability? Yeah, absolutely, Joseph, you said it as well. This entire team having invulnerability during a team fight, that would be so OP and just a scary sight for the side of Fireflies.
Well, given how it doesn't seem like the kill is happening in the mid lane right now, I do want to say that if the entire team of OP Nerds is going to get that hijacked Cosmic Radiance, they need to be standing next to each other at that point. And I don't think that's necessarily the best idea against champions like Aurelia, but hey, we'll see. It's all down to the teamfight execution. It is just something to keep in mind. Like, please, OP Nerds, if you do all want to use that Taric ultimate, don't clump together, at least not when you're next to Fireflies.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of AoE the Fireflies are bringing out is just going to be a lot of damage. Just the Volibear ultimate onto 5 people is going to hurt a lot. Like, the invulnerability will be great when it procs, but until then, you are incredibly vulnerable to a lot of damage. Might be a Drake fight.
Teleport and the jump in. Jack the Ripper steals the dragon, and Vanguard's Edge is going to get popped down as DMA dashes in to the back line. It's going to get stunned, and Dorman just comes to throw out all the feathers. Shut down, picked up by DMA, and Monsi taken down by the ace in the Hollow Blade. Collar will buy Dorman a few more seconds. Dazzle just narrowly misses him as Poro Demon out of mana, out of chase, and 2 kills and a dragon picked up by the Fireflies.
Yeah, and what a fantastic teleport there by Poro Demon, coming up dividends in that team fight. It was weird, it's almost like only one person died, but so many people were low health. But the problem was, even more people were low mana. I think if that fight happens again in 5 more minutes, but everybody has full mana, expect a lot more bloodshed. Fantastic steal by Jack the Ripper there. Getting that first Drake. No, it's not the most important Drake. No, it's not going to make the biggest impact in the game, but it stops OPN from getting that Soul Drake like last game, which spelled the end for your entire team.
And it also enables you to go for that play. Getting an early Soul, almost no matter what it is such a strong play, especially when you get yourself ahead, that the first Dragon is just so important in terms of tempo, but it is only important if you can keep going. And my eyes are going to be on DMA, because with 3 kills and Blade of the Ruined King, that really is where you need to put your eggs. Or, well, yeah, you get the point.
Yeah, that Blade of the Ruined King is going to be so useful against the like of Sejuani, even chasing the Echo down. I expect some big roams on both these mid laners, like in the top lane now.
Well, that is the 2-on-2 happening over there. Poro Demon already dropping low to about 300 health. Clipto walks through Jack the Ripper and also takes quite the beating, as it does seem like everyone just walks out of this one. Not really interested. Have a look at DMA. I think you wanted to say something about the roams, if I heard you correctly. Well, now we're seeing one. That's DMA picking up a kill, putting himself at 4.
He's so nice when the players do exactly what I think they should. And perfect timing there, getting the free kill onto Clipto. And I believe that's Redbuff going over to this Aurelia. Guys, you might want to move out of the way. She's coming to get you. I expect her to get a lot of damage, if not a kill, in this mid lane. Or nothing.
Yeah, so sort of playing it safely. I can't really blame him. You don't really want to give Monsi away back. You are holding a shutdown right now. That is something to remember. If Monsi gets that shutdown, Echo can still carry. He's 2-3-3, has got the completed Proto Belt. It's just that I don't really think OP nerds tend to play around the mid lane as much as Fireflies have happened to align themselves around it.
Good heal.
Yeah, General Jin, he's healing it all back up. Poro even finds the knockout. General Jin, he is not going to go down today. The Conqueror comes up clutch. However, I think you might be just dead too. The turret is now disabled. The healing, it's still proccing. General Jin, he flashes out Monsi. He completes the teleport. Jack the Ripper, he's now stuck there. And General Jin, he makes it out alive again. Somehow just makes it happen twice in a row.
Someone promote the general. I do not know what happened there. Nobody able to kill the Silas. As I mentioned, the healing from that madman. I don't keep meaning to quote you, Joe Maljosta. We're just on the same page, I swear. That madman just outplaying everybody. Poro Demon, fine. You got misplayed. Good flash of flash. Great. But Jack the Ripper, what happened? Everything you tried to do meant nothing. Mad props to General Jin there. Like, that was just amazing to watch.
He's going for the Iceborne Gauntlet as well, which is pretty interesting. However, there is a lot of AD damage. I will hold on to the item discussion point, though, for later. Because, Jack the Ripper just takes his own red buff. The steal attempt unsuccessful. Top lane, I believe it's going to be a noodle fight now, since General Jin does have that defensive item, so feel free to make whatever point you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see either of them fighting here. Now, that Spectre's Cow plus the Merc Treads is going to help Poppy stay alive. And General Jin going for the Iceborne Gauntlet, as you said, means good amount of armor against both this Aurelia and Caitlyn. And his auto attack will now slow as well, which means he will be able to chase all the more powerful. Kind of nullifying that. Oh, okay. Interesting ultimate. Not sure it really needed to be propped there, but maybe just playing it safe, making sure all your team gets out alive. Something I want to bring up, this time, i.e. 14.5 minutes, last game, OPN were down about 5,000 gold and looking very, very weak. Right now, they're up 1,000 gold. Now, kills are even. Drake has gone over side.
Weren't they?
Yes, so sorry, did I say that? My apologies. OPM were up 5,000 gold. Sorry, that would have confused people. They're still up, but it's by a lot less.
For sure it is, and the next dragon being the Cloudless Clipto comes in, throws the ultimate down in bot lane. I would assume probably not the best decision if you want to be fighting around this dragon. This is interesting. Fireflies pop the Herald down in the mid lane. General Jin is there to respond. Meanwhile, OP nerds are already well positioned on this Drake. They're going to just take it for free. However, will it actually be Jack the Ripper? He's dashing in. The Dazzle is going to miss. And now the pincer movement coming in from OP Nerds. Monty dashing into the fight. The Blade Caller finds through it on 2-3. And Draconi already is going to fall. DMA is going to flash over the wall for Clipto. Goes on a killing spree. Jack the Ripper in the front line. He is now going to fall down. Dormin though throwing out the feathers one after another. And another one as well. Shut down. Picked up by General Jin as DMA is going to fall down. Parodemon, it's going to take a while to take him down, but he's the last one standing now. And the tower cannot save him as General Jin completes the ace for OP Nerds.
Absolutely fantastic played. What a mishmash of damage out there. That was just so strange to watch. All the health bars being drained and then regained and then drained again. Big props to General Jin for being exactly where he needed to fight. His silence is off the charts right now. Also, Monty, great ultimate, great timing, great chasing capabilities. It was a sad day to see Dormin die. Oh, no, he didn't die. He still hasn't died. Sorry, Noah did die. His first death in both of these games. And after all that, OPN actually come out ahead at 3,000 gold in advantage. We talked just before that fight that they're only 1k. That's a 2k gold team fight that they just won.
It is going to be massive, and I mentioned Monsi that if he gets any more kills, he's going to be a carry. Now he's sitting at 5, and Dorman catching up as well. However, okay, no, DMH just dashed out. So yeah, the carries are getting the gold, and it seems that all across the board, the item spikes are being hit for OP Nerds.
Yeah, and also, I want to look at the damage output. It's being discussed in chat. I'd be surprised if there's a kill here.
Well, General Jin is significantly tanky as he's just stacking armor mercilessly. And he now hijacks that ultimate, is going to go in together with Clipto and Naur as well. Make it a party in the top lane because why the hell not? Jack the Ripper falls down to Naur and Parodemon with the flash. Will he use it? I don't think it really makes... Okay, he does. Monsi though is going to be able to catch up as is the rest of the team. Who's gonna get a kill? Monty goes on a rampage.
Just die, puppy. Just die. You mentioned that General Jin is stacking armor, and you're absolutely right. So is the rest of his team. But can you see why the entirety of Fireflies is AD damage? You know, Poppy,
Yeah.
Aurelia, Caitlyn, Volibear, all AD. It was being discussed in chat. I was about to mention it before the murder hobos went on a rampage. Sedwani, full armor? You ain't gonna kill her, man. That is going to be an unkillable boar. She might as well bring the entirety of Winter's Claw to the Summoner's Rift because nobody is going to stop her.
This is where I do like DMA's build. He has the Blade of the Ruined King, which will, of course, give him some, some extra damage. The Aurelia passive, of course, deals magic damage, and Wits and Will as well, which is what he's going for right now. So there's going to be minimal magic damage, but the point still stands. You still are mostly an AD comp, and it is going to show through in the team fights. And I don't know, Fireflies, you gotta come up with some big plays, or that split push always is an option.
Yeah, but right now, I'm not sure who would have it, the Aurelia or the Silas. Or even the Aurelia versus the Echo. I think it would be such a skill matchup still, despite how well General Jin has been playing. Stop hitting each other, you're not going to die.
Yeah, Parodemon though, he just might in a 1 against 2 scenario with the rest of both teams actually fighting lower down. Calypto is going to be the target as DMA forces the quickness to counter from now, or the stun from Monsi is coming through as well, and that's the jump from Jack the Ripper. DMA already picks out the first kill onto Calypto, and our Fireflies looking for more. They're hovering around this lane. That is the teleport committed from General Jin, but 1 kill seems to be enough for now as Herald is up and ready to play.
Yeah, I mean, kill on Calypto, get the Rift Herald. I don't blame him for this, but I don't think OPN are going to give it away without a fight. They should just rush down mid lane and get that tower. And nobody's going to fight over Rift Herald. What on earth is happening? Okay, both of them want to go to mid lane and protect and or attack the tower. It's been 20 minutes into this game. We've only had 1 tower taken. That's not great objective control.
Yeah, one tower a team. in the top and in the bot lane. It's definitely not what you are used to. Teleport from Monzi down in the bot lane, so that seems to be the initial lane assignment. Now, the Ignite on DMA is actually going to pose a bit of a problem, because when Baron is up, you can't necessarily send him down to the bot lane.
No, that is very true. That might be what they're hoping for, to see this Irelia in the bot lane and use your teleport advantage when it does come back up. To that, it looks like second Drake going straight over to OPN. Fireflies not even contesting it. It's just occurred to me, Sejuani's going to be stacking Mountain Drakes against a full ADT. This is worse than the Horseman with Cloud Drake. Hackram with Cloud Drake.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely disgusting, to say the least. And General Jin has got the Iceborne Gauntlet, Ninja Tabi, and Seeker's Arm Guard. However, let's see, Dorman, you shouldn't be in the bot lane. 1v1 against DMA, the exhaust is going to go down. Nice dodge away from the Blade Caller, as we do have sort of a split fight also happening in the top lane at the same time. And yeah, the bot laners sticking out and far away. That's the flash in with the Vanguard's Edge and an easy shutdown being picked up. General Jin, 1 versus 2. Let's see, can he make it this time? No tower available to him. He has hijacked the ultimate Jack the Ripper. He's getting low, and that's General Jin going up. And Jack the Ripper, all the healing from the Volibear. Is anyone actually going to die here? I don't think so. General Jin maybe now getting low. The Kingslayer brings him right back up now, or comes right back swooping in. And the stun from Poro Demon as well. And gentlemen, you shall forever remember this day as the day you almost caught General Jin in the top lane. As Poro Demon is going to fall down as well.
Is he?
Eventually, yes. Hopefully. Please. Oh,
what is happening?
Hey, there it is.
So healing is busted, ladies and gentlemen, in League of Legends, or some people just don't have damage. I don't really know what's happening, but we can all agree Rakan was the biggest difference maker there. I think if General Jin had just continued facing off those two, it would have been a millennia before anybody had actually died. What a fiesta, ladies and gentlemen. Not a cloud fiesta, just a surviving fiesta. And it's only going to get worse as Mountain Drake's stats.
Boy, Monsi's burst is just showing up at the right moment. Lich Bane, everyone. Echo, it's fun stuff, especially if you're an AD carry player.
Yeah, I mean, rip AD carry 2020 or what? Yeah, Draconi, not as tanky as Poppy. That is without a shadow of a doubt the truth. My good lord, as I was saying, it's only going to get worse as they stack Mountain Drakes, as OPN stack armor, as Poppy stacks everything she's going to be stacking, all the magic resist, just going to get stronger and stronger. You need to kill your enemy to take down towers. At the minute, both teams are struggling with that. For
sure, and I think what this game will come down to is just one decisive teamfight to put either of those squads over the edge. Because you do have OP nerds in an advantage, you do have General Jin just surviving impossible scenarios. However, you also have DMA sitting at 8 and 5 with 2.5 items on the Irelia.
Yeah, without a doubt. Anyone's going to get through that armor, it is going to be her. You said earlier, Bork doing the true damage, and Wit's End, is that? Have I got that right? Wit's End, yes, yeah. Doing that magic damage. And now she's got a Phage, which could be going into that Black Cleaver, which will be so useful in these teamfights. Stop hitting each other, you're not going to die.
Well, we'll see. Poro Demon just might, although he does have actually the Bramble Vest. So General Jin's healing is going to be cut down by 40%. It doesn't matter, no. However, it is a fun fact that you guys might enjoy.
It does look like Irelia is going to be coming up top. No, she decides to recall instead. Monzi Matey might be in the wrong place at the right time.
Well, DMA is going to have his recall interrupted. There's 3 versus 3 in the bot lane. We have Dorman now either going to keep up pressure in the mid lane or walking down. It seems like the tower is going to be the right choice. I would imagine for the side of OP Nerds, you do want to take down those objectives because the initiation does seem far away from either squad.
Yeah, what was great there, we talked about the 1-3-1 tactic. OPN instead going for the 1-2-2 tactic, which is lesser known, but did seem to pay off here as they got the tier 2 mid lane turret, opening the map up so much when Dragon is up in 26 seconds. Something else to mention for Drake? Both top laners have their teleport ready.
General Jin is kind of low on health though. You would imagine he wants to either recall or somehow heal up before committing to this next Dragon fight. This is an opportunity for Fireflies to try and equal that Dragon score and also delay the soul further, because now the earliest that the soul can happen for OP Nerds is going to be around 36 minutes. With that Drake taken by Fireflies, it will be 4-1.
Yeah, without a doubt, and both teams wanted these Mountain Drakes. Both teams deciding never to die in any of these fights. Now, Monty has a great flank here. Let's see if he can use it.
Fireflies moving as a group though, so fairly difficult. Well, it is impossible to pick them off individually, and now OP Nerds getting the position on the Drake themselves. Look at that teleport flank though. General Jin is going in behind. So is Parodemon. That is going to be the Glacial Prison onto Draconi and the Cosmic Radiance. It is already expanded. General Jin, he's in the backline, kind of getting low. Has to pop the Zonius already as Draconi is just getting jumped on by Naor, who gets 3 members of Fireflies right onto him. However, the fight is far from over. Jack the Ripper jumps in the middle of the fight. DMA into the backline. That is the first shutdown of the fight. Draconi is going to fall. DMA cannot stand a chance against Dormin in a 1 against 3 with Desire getting the double kill already. And Dazzle is going to be coming out. Monsi is looking for more. They're looking to finish off the Fireflies. Monsi is dominating with 3 kills being picked up already by the OP Nerds. And we have another edition of Parodemon versus General Jin, but this time Dormin is here to put an end to a killing spree for Dormin. 4 kills for OP Nerds. It is going to be the Mountain Dragon as well, as they solidify their lead in this game.
All the magic resist that they have built against Echo and Silas wasted against the unsung hero of OPN. We haven't mentioned him much these 2 games, ladies and gentlemen, but he is coming up trumps in that last team fight. It is the one and only OPN Dormin. 5-1-4. Not the greatest kill participation score in the world, but there when it matters. Auto-attacking his heart out. Getting so many kills in that game. Taking down all the tanks, all the carries that you needed to. He is doing so well. Yes, okay, Monty is 8-3, but he's an Echo. We expect that. We want him to get the kills. Domain, the silent killer, man. Like, coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he's positioning so well in the team fights. You had DMA jump into the backline, exactly what Irelia wants to do. Doesn't matter. Just dies. DMA deals enough damage. Now, trying to defend the star is maybe a bit of a lost cause. However, it's not really too much of a loss. Fireflies just pick up a freestanding objective, and this Baron now is where I expect the next major team fight to be centered around.
Yeah, without a doubt, I don't think there's going to be a fight. I don't think they're going to wait to fight for that 3 minutes 50 seconds. I think these teams are too bloodthirsty for that. And absolutely, Dormin is destroying these team fights. I mentioned several times that he barely dies. It's not because he's playing safe. It's not because, you know, he's not being aggressive. He's not being there. It's because his positioning is second to none. He's never in too much danger. He's always protected by that Rakan, as true lovers will always be. And he's just doing what needs to be done and not giving away any kills.
Very true indeed. As well, let's think. How can Fireflies try and claw back in this game? You can see DMA, he's going for the full tank shred, which, you know, I do like. However, right now Draconi cannot match Dormin's damage. So your backline output, if you're Fireflies, is going to be significantly lower than that of OP Nerds. And this means that in a front-to-back scenario, which is what you're building for, you're not really going to win.
Yeah, no, they need another Black Cleaver to get rid of all this armor. I expect Volibear to build that, maybe
Getting
not.
a lot of trouble. Ignite going to pop down. However, Echo getting a lot of movement speed. The rest of OP Nerds now committing to the Baron. They know Monty has got a teleport. They know DMA does not. Keeper's Verdict is going to get Jack the Ripper out. The Baron is going to be stopped. Jack the Ripper now on the chase. Going in. Finds a stun onto Calypto. And a double stun with a Dazzle as well. Eyes have to be on Dorman. He does have got the GA. Nice Glaive ultimate from Taric. Getting all 4 members. However, Draconi falls down. And it doesn't matter if all of your team is invulnerable, because as soon as it ends, OP Nerds are going to be there. They're going to rip the heart out of Fireflies. General Jin is unstoppable, and with 4 kills, they're going to take the battle.
Why in God's name did you pick a fight where your 8 and 6 Aurelia is nowhere to be seen? It would have been a goddamn miracle if you came out of that with any kills, and you didn't. This is exactly what happens when you pick a full AD composition, ladies and gentlemen. They build armor. It's not complicated. They just build armor against you, and yes, okay, you've got Tank Shredder Aurelia, but she wasn't there. She just wasn't there. Fireflies, you played badly in the first game, in my opinion. You gave away early kills. You kind of did the same thing here. And your positioning isn't the greatest, and your team fight choices, the ones you pick, the ones you choose to take on, they need work.
They do indeed, as the game is looking more and more bleak. I guess there's still some hope in DMA, but with 6 kills on Dorman, you can see what he did in last team fight. Now also Monsi on 4 items Echo. It is looking more and more dire. With the Mountain Soul up in 50 seconds, Fireflies, you are in a lose-lose situation. You kind of have to pick the fight, but you're going to be damned if you do.
Damned if you do, and damned if you don't. Sejuani with Mountain Soul, with 3 Mountain Drakes, could probably just walk down mid lane solo and take a good 5 to 6 minutes to die, completely ignoring how well General Jin has done this game to survive, completely ignoring the Echo, everybody else who is in such a strong position to carry. It's going to be damn hard to kill just one person, let alone the rest of them.
And General Jin has got the Liandris, and Liandris is pretty damn good at dealing with tanks, which means that Poro Demon is going to lose this 1v1 unless he can get away. Keeper's Verdict and Flash are both available. Good flash from General Jin. He dodges the ultimate. Now, can he finish off the kill onto Poro Demon? The flash from Poppy is going to go over the wall, as in the meantime, a 1v1 happening in the ball lane. Monsi pops the Chrono Break and outplays DMA, which means that the one carry that Fireflies had is now dead for 45 seconds. Glacial Prison into Draconi in the mid lane. It's going to flash out. Good Dazzle to stop. However, is there anyone that can stop OPN from taking this base? I really don't think so.
Absolutely not. Caitlyn has no armor penetration at all. She has no way to deal with the tankiness of Sejuani or anybody else for that matter. What? Yeah. How did your Chrono Break come back up that quickly?
I honestly have no idea.
What?
27 seconds.
Well, okay, well, that's aside.
Well,
that's just dumb, but fine, whatever. Monty doing so well here. He went godlike after that kill on Aurelia, and godlike is exactly what he has been. This entire team is dominated so hard.
And they are looking for the 3 inhibitors as well. Now it has been completed as Monsi is going in. Oh! The stun is found onto Draconi, and the Cosmic Radiance is going to buy a couple more seconds. But that's all it is. It's just a few more seconds, delaying the inevitable. As OP Nerds cut through the Fireflies at 32 minutes, they're going to take the second game and take the series win 2-0.
Yeah, another fantastic ultimate by Taric there, but it wasn't quite enough. The full armor team of OPN shredding through the health bars of their opponents there. And big props to them. I want to take a quick look at the stats. Let's have a look who did the most damage. Okay, so it was actually surprisingly close. Dormin on the side of OP Nerds did 31,000. But next up was quite a surprising one. Poppy, just over 30,000 damage in that game. Probably because she refused to die for so long. A lot of the top fights was just so amusing to watch. General Jin outplaying 2 people during the 1v1 tower dive was just hilarious and just such a top lane Silas thing to do because it was just great to watch. And then nobody died until everybody died. That was pretty much how you sum that game up.
Yeah, that is a pretty good summation. And honestly, this was a scramble. This was a really scrappy game overall. But in the end, openers do manage to come out on top. And at the end, it was fairly clean. When they finally got their items, when Dormin was strong enough to carry through those team fights, it all just fell into place. They started doing so cleanly, and they just gave no chance to Fireflies to come back.
Yeah, absolutely well played to them. They deserved the win, and Fireflies experiencing their first loss of the series. That is going to hurt, and it was in convincing fashion as well. Now, I am being told by our beautiful producer, Joycey, that we have an interview with Monzi. Are you ready for that?
I am ready indeed. Should we just drag him in? We can.
Okay. That was easy. I was halfway through doing it. Hello, Monzi.
Oh, hello.
Probably should have given you a bit of warning here, but you are with us on air. Thank you very much for joining us. Fantastic game by you. Well played to your entire team. Tell me, how do you feel about that 2-game series?
Well, kind of went as expected. We had very clean game. So, and especially with our new jungler, which I've been playing with a lot and know him as well, very well personally. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Clipto going something like 20-0 on that Hecarim. I might be exaggerating a little bit. Is Hecarim a big pick for him? And if so, why didn't we see it in the second game?
It's not at all a big pick for him. It's just they picked his better champion is probably Sojourner. It's the only thing that we put him on in scrims, and there's a reason why.
Well, okay, sure. Hecarim not even a big pick for this guy.
Nope.
He still went 16-0. Cool. I don't know if that's the power of Hecarim or the power of Clipto there. You on the LeBlanc and then the Echo. Echo wearing 10, 3, and 10.
Yeah.
Wowzers, man. Tell me about that.
Well, early game is pretty easy because I can just outwave clear her after level 7. As you saw as well, mid lane when the bot lane were there, I can just solo push the lane so they couldn't get the turret. And then when I get my Void Staff finally, I can start to 1v1 the Aurelia. So.
Well, you certainly impressed me. I think my favorite moment was when you and Aurelia died at the exact same moment after both using your ultimate, and then the jungler showed up. I thought that was great. I want to talk about the top laner, General Jin, making some flashy outplays. And between him and Poro Demon just never died. I won't lie, you did have me in fits of laughter. How's he? Silas top is not what you usually see. Tell me about him. What's his mindset?
Well, I mean, he can be very emotional sometimes, especially when he's playing against Poro Demon. They have kind of a rivalry, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not exactly best friends. So.
Oh. I could feel that every time him and Poppy went at each other for no reason because nobody was dying.
Yeah.
Final question. We've gone through every lane except for this one. Dormin, the unsung hero, 1 death between 2 games and something like 6 billion kills. I have 2 questions. Is he actually that good? And how do I get him in my solo queue games?
Wait, what rank are you?
Let's not discuss that on air.
Okay.
What rank is Dormin? That's the important part.
Well, he is. I'm pretty sure he's plat 4.
I'm close to that. I'm close to.
Okay. So there is a chance for you to get him in your
There is. It might take me a couple of weeks to get there, but I'll get to him. Yeah.
I mean, he's just a solid player. Our bot lane is one of the most solid ones, I think. They don't really go for any end plays like other bot laners do, so we can always rely on them to go at least even or ahead in lane, which is really nice to
have. If they balance either Xayah or Rakan, would it be different?
Are you calling them unbalanced?
No. Well, I'd say they're one of the strongest Joeys in the lane, and I automatically FF at 15 if I'm going against them.
Yeah, I mean, they've played it so much that it's kind of just a free win for us now because Dormin and Roan.
I
both
can't
places
say
so much.
anything. You went up against a Caitlyn and a Volibear and still won, and they two
Yeah.
are definitely unbalanced.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Right, that is all the questions that I have. Do you have any, Kashka, my co-commentator?
Well, I mean, yeah, you did cover quite a lot of stuff, but I guess one more question that I am curious, only one from me to you, Monsi, is, as a team, like, you look pretty damn strong today. Like, are there even really, any weaknesses that you feel like you could even work on? Because from those 2 games, it just looked pretty damn clean.
Well, I have really worked on my champ pool this split, because in the final last year when we played against Deja Vu, they just 5 champion banned me, and I
It
couldn't
was
really do
close
anything.
these 2 games, to be honest, man.
Yeah,
You were
they
targeted
had
a lot.
4
How about
bans.
that?
Yeah, that's not gonna work anymore. Sorry, guys, you can't ban me out anymore.
Fair enough. Okay, my final question of the evening then. Do you have any friends, family, or teammates that you want to give a shout out to in chat?
Yeah, I have a friend watching, I think, and from my IRL friend was watching, I guess.
Well,
Shout out
hello.
to him.
Hello to you. I hope you enjoyed the matches, and thank you very much, Monty.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
All right, but I mean,